Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to put weather stripping on a door frame. Now as you can see here, I have a door frame and I want to put some weather stripping on it. Now I will be using this self-adhesive, inexpensive weather stripping, and it is basically a big roll of foam padding, and it has a self-adhesive side to it, so you can literally just stick it right onto the door frame, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first step is to actually cut the self-adhesive weather stripping to match the length of each of the sides of the door frame. Now some people only like to put weather stripping on the top and the side of the door frame, but I will be putting weather stripping on the top, side, and bottom of the door frame, just due to the given circumstances of this being a basement door that is rarely ever used to enter and exit the house. The door is rarely ever opened, so I just want to put some weather stripping on it to sort of stop the air from, coming into the house and going out of the house. So the first step is to cut the weather stripping to match the length of each of the sides of the door frame, and I will be using a very simple pair of scissors to do that. Alright, now as you can see, I have cut 3 pieces of the weather stripping to match the lengths of the 3 parts of the door frame that I will be applying it to. So when you apply the weather stripping, it is pretty simple. You have to peel off this white piece right here, and that will expose the self-adhesive portion of the weather stripping, and then you simply stick it onto the door frame. Now I'm just going to share the technique that I will be using. So when I am applying the weather stripping, obviously, as I said, I will peel off this white part and stick it to the door frame, but I will be sticking it to this part of the door frame right here. So the front of the door, or the outside part of the door, butts up against this part of the door frame, okay? The lip that you see here. So I will be placing the self-adhesive part of the weather stripping against that lip, just like this, so that when the door closes, the exterior part of the door will press up against the weather stripping, and that will provide a seal. So I will be doing that with all of the parts of the door frame. Now the bottom is a little bit tricky because there isn't a very specific lip, but I will be putting the weather stripping on there at an angle so that the door, once again, the exterior part of the door butts up against the foam part of the weather stripping. So I'm going to do that right now. So as you can see, I am slowly but surely peeling off the white piece, which exposes the self-adhesive part of the weather stripping, and then I am simply pressing it up against the lip right here that I was talking about earlier in the video, and that allows the weather stripping to stick to that lip, and once again that will cause the exterior part of the door to butt up against the foam part of the weather stripping, and that will create an airtight seal. So I'm just going to continue working my way down the door frame, and I'm going to put the camera down because it is much easier to work with 2 hands. Alright, so as you can see, the weather stripping has been applied to the door frame and it is completely stuck on the door frame, which is fantastic. This self-sticking weather stripping was really easy to use. You can see that it is here along the side of the door frame. I'm just going to shield out the light so the camera can focus on the top. You can see that it is there along the top of the door frame, and you can also see that it is here along the bottom of the door frame at an angle, just like I was telling you earlier on in the video. So now all that I have to do is shut the basement door, and you will see, well, I will be able to see that I have an airtight seal. All right. So now that I have shut the door, I have verified that I am still able to lock the door, because if you use too much weather stripping, or if the weather stripping is too thick, then it will throw your door off of its usual position. You will not be able to shut it fully, and if you're not able to shut it fully, it will be really hard or impossible for you to lock the door. But I was able to lock it, so I know that my door is still in the correct position. And I have just taken a look between the door and the door frame and just ensured that there is no light seeping through. And in addition to that, I have, put my hand along the frame of the door and just verified that there is no air seeping through. So with that being said, the weather stripping is doing its job and it is working. And as you could see in this video, it was actually really, really easy and simple to apply. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.